Hello, everyone. Welcome. My idea to this transmission today, it is, first of all, I would like to ask all of the higher selves from the souls that they are meant to receive any message, any guidance, any healing. I would like to do a little bit of light language, and I do have the Arcturian collective today. And if you have any questions, readings, my idea is to do a little bit of readings as a service and in gratitude for all your support. At the same time, I have few keeping items, and I wanted to do as well the reading about the energy of September. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Please type your questions, set your intentions to receive healing. We all are going to receive healing today. I know it is so much needed. A lot of people is struggling. And any questions that you guys said, I will be open. Just give me a few minutes. So good. Thank you. Thank you, Pascal, for being here. Christine, I appreciate the support. First of all, I have three new services in the website. I am going to add that third one later in the afternoon. First of all, I do have ready the equinox course that is going to begin the 22nd of September. This course, yes, remember me later, and after I do the energy report, I'm going to do some readings. Type your question later. It's best if you ask a specific question so I can do my best, and then an answer could be the most accurate to what you're asking for. Because if you guys ask, what is it for me? It could be many things that sometimes it doesn't make sense. Guidance that comes at least through beings of light sometimes come in a metaphors, like clues, like insights that is not what we are expecting. So it is best if you ask a specific questions like I'm thinking of taking the three Reiki, like Reiki level 3. I don't know if that is a good idea. I think we're getting a certification about crystals. What do my guys think about things like that? I think is best for you guys and for me as well. So I just tune into the question and then I get the best answer that I could do. This course, guys, is a meditation pack that I channel with Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, Christ, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. It has 11 meditations, but for the ones who support me, like Christine, the supporters on Facebook, and for the members in my membership in YouTube, they can request a live session with me, and we can start programming the sessions in the third week of September, like an hour healing session, so I can tune into your guidance, you guys, and then channel whatever that comes through. This course, it has four aspects. It has healing divine masculine, divine feminine, and at the same time bringing balance into all aspects of us. It has inner child meditation. It has new levels of the diamond light, so we activate. But it has a session about COVID immunity. I know some people is triggered by the fact that they may have to be vaccinated or they want to be vaccinated or they don't think it's a good idea and or they may get sick or not or my family or I think I'm healthy but I have old parents or I have kids in my home, many things. So in this meditation I am going to record an upgrade in our biology, our cells, our organs, our hormones, everything, so we are able to talk with ourselves and receive Christed light, kind of type of energetic vaccine. This is my idea. So this meditation pack is going to cost 111. It's 11 meditations, but at the same time, it has an hour session that we can schedule whatever it's comfortable for both of us in Zoom. And it is available for purchase. I have two more services. A code, I'm doing codes with chart, the lights in the galaxy that come through the image. And I do like a brief Akashic Records report for whatever comes through. But the new code that I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year, besides the one that I already have, it is a progressive chart. What it is that? It is reading the energy that you guys are vibrating from this point until the end of 2021 and 2022. What 2022 it's vibrating, and I quote because that can change from this present moment. I hope that that helps. In this progressive chart, it comes with a drawing or it will come with a code. It depends. These are the new services. And before going into the questions, let me talk a little bit about what I am seeing in September. We do have this September three big energetic openings. We do have the new moon, I think it's the 6th or the 7th, depending on part of the world you are, in Virgo. Right now, the energy, it is a little bit, how do I say that? Perfectionist. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate it. It's all about making a conscious list or inventory about what happened to me in the past, in this 2021, where I am and where I am going, where I want to go in 2022. The energy for 2022 astrologically comes with strong, intense planetary collide. And the energy is going to be intense in many aspects, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad year. Because I have been having sessions with people that I see, oh my God, they seem to have it all. They have romance, they have abundance, they have knowledge, they're working with the soul. So there are people that are actually being graciously aligned and everything is working out for them, even though the collective may appears to be messy. So don't generalize that bad things are happening. Yes, some things appear to be bad if we turn on the news, and many channelers information are predicting very dark things coming to. Be aware, discern about the information that's coming to. I was listening to a podcast that I love in YouTube for a very famous channelers. And the information that was coming to yesterday, it was very dark. And I said, I don't need to receive this fear into my presence. So I turn it off. And I'm not a person who will listen to other channelings because I think that separate me from my own channel. But once in a while, I have three or four that I just like to catch up to see what it is happening. I have been having people in the readings that says, I am being told that disclosure is going to be in 23. Don't believe blindly what you are being told for anyone, not including me, not including guides, because sometimes we are not able to get clear answers for what we believe our guides said. And then people said things that my guides fight all the time. No, that is not possible. When guides come from the light, they won't argue, they won't tell you what to do, they won't inflate your ego. That is a lower frequency guide, I do believe. Guides that comes from the light will suggest what you could do, will show you things so you make your own choices, will ask for consent, will ask for permission. And so healers and psychics and channelers, it's a very fine line between seeding my own beliefs into each of you, into what I think will happen. It's no way for us to 100% know what will happen, neither in a progressive charge. When you read someone in a reading, you read from the present moment. but things can change. I had a reading with someone who were talking about divorce, and the reading, what I was reading, it, it ended being completely not accurate because the person passed. So I was reading her energy and the things that I predict, they of course did not go through because the partner transitioned. And then we had another reading because things change. So yes, sometimes we have insights, inspiration, predictions about things that may happen, but it's not a fact. Sometimes, if you go to a psychic or you go through hypnosis to talk to your higher self and things came through, those are possibilities that are most likely very predominant in our aura in the moment. But things are changing because we are all taking choices. I hope that makes sense. Mm, if I was having a session and then someone says that that person was in a shamanic course, and then the teacher says to the person, "You're not going to be a shamanic because you don't have your lineage, your shamanic lineage very strongly." Even if that, even if you have a session or guidance and the answer appears to be mistaken, maybe that mistaken is for the highest good. Maybe it's not that it's that accurate, but maybe you had to learn to set boundaries, to discern who you trust. There are many things that we don't understand. And another thing it is, bless you if you don't know or if you don't understand, because it means you are growing. You're seeking for a new truth, for a new path. So discern the information that's coming to you. What will happen in 22, in 2021, the rest of the year, because my dimension may not be your dimension. Maybe you guys are more higher than me. Sometimes when you listen to a channeling, we don't quite figure out and understand. And if that happened, it is because the information is too high. It doesn't make sense yet. But the fact that I don't feel anything because of a light language, it does not mean that I'm not being impacted. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I do an activation and I feel nothing, but maybe it is because I had too many blocks that I am going to require gradually to keep activating myself until I can fully see. Maybe that information was not the best for me at the moment, because sometimes we want to, this is another thing. Sometimes people want to, let's say that I have a client who is, this is hypothetically, who is it a doctor, and then he wants to open his third eye, but when you open your third eye you cannot see in this reality, you see in other realities. But maybe for a doctor who does surgery, it doesn't work quite correctly because he needs to see in this reality. So that third eye guidance is going to come through his gut feeling, through his inspiration, to his intuition, maybe to say, what if I give the medicine to my patient, but I also give a holistic approach, or things like that. So things from the light guides are not that settled in a stone. Right now, the other event we're going to have, it is the 22. We do have the equinox in Libra. Is going to be this time of September, that's beginning. It's about reorganizing myself. What is working for me, what it is not. And Virgo could be very inquisitive, very judgmental, very critical, very pushy and controlling. Don't fall into that uh, energies. And that isn't the negative, but in the positive, it's someone who is known because they are very scientific, very knowledgeable, very God-like, and sometimes that high management energy help us to set boundaries, to make changes. So it is needed for a while, and then we're going to have a little bit of a break in the end of September because then comes Libra season, where the day and the night are going to match equal time. The light and the dark comes to meet and balance. And we're going to be all about equilibrium in preparation for the 11/11 and then changing timeline on December 21 that is going to be winter solstice. So if you are struggling right now, because I haven't have any friends and clients is really, 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 really having a hard time, it's time to let go. It's time, if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Let it be. Let God to be God and give you the signs when it is time. Allow yourself to activate your own intuition, to listen to yourself, to reborn if that is what it represents your guidance. Another thing it is healing comes in different stages. Not because I do one meditation, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes it could be instantly, but because of our mindset that sometimes is connected with 3D, we need gradually steps. Do your best, but make changes. Reorganize yourself. Probably you need to wake up a little bit more early so you can acknowledge every aspect of you so you are not in that war alike pattern that we have in the collective, like whether it is the pharma against humans, whether it is the government against humans, whether it is the dark aliens against Gaia. We're always in war, whether that it is US and Afghanistan or any, it does not matter what war it is vibrating, it all comes right here with the capacity for me to bring light when I feel hopeless, with the capacity of me to have faith when things feel like falling apart, knowing that I have the strength. And that strength comes from the divine masculine because we have to feel safe that I'm not gonna get sick, safe that my economy is gonna be good, safe that it all gonna work out even though it doesn't seem like it will work out for me, and that it is the strength of the divine masculine that is not wounded. Having the courage to go through that war alike situation, even though I don't feel like I may win, but trusting within yourself. That's why mm, reset yourself in whatever way you feel guided. Be aware about the story that we are all playing. Mm, that person that I was listening to yesterday that has work have like all his life, it was talking about that it cannot watch movies or music anymore from the industry because it perceived the programming and the darkness from the collective. And then I was thinking about that, and then I said, oh my God, it's so sad. I love music and I love movies, even though it may not be real. But it doesn't matter. It's all our illusion. But sometimes for me, it relaxes me to just listening to music while I'm cleaning the house. And then I thought, I don't want to get into that point that I cannot trust the music that I like or the food that I'm going to eat or the people that is with me because I am scanning the world from having always a capacity to hurt me or to attack me. But that is my perception. So discern what you are listening to from the feed, Facebook, Telegram, YouTube, whatever, and then choose what works out for you. Because that war and like pattern that we are all having, that is a distorted divine masculine, is working. For some people, that is clearing karmic timelines from Orion and from Pleiades and from the Illuminati and the Cabal and many other dark alike timelines. But the question for me and for each of you it is that what you want for yourself? Keep rewriting those war alike patterns from programming and control, all lives, all timelines for eons, eons, eons ago, or is it time for us to change? And I think the change comes from right here. Yes, it is a lot of protest. It is going to be a lot of protest because it's what cosmically we're vibrating. But before going into the readings, just very quickly, I live in Venezuela 14 years ago, and it was a very war alike when the President Chavez was in this very controlling environment. And I felt like it was my right to protest because it was not fair what the government was doing to us. We had no free will, it was just taken. And I went to all of those protests for 3 years, almost 4 years. And my life was in risk so many times that I didn't care because I thought I need to speak my truth. And I spoke my truth. And I enjoyed it because it was dangerous and it gave me a sense of excitement and it created unity between the boyfriend at that time and my friends and the people. But at the same time, it created separation with the other side. Yes. And then when President Chavez in 2003, I think it was April 2011, that he was taken by force by the militaries and put into jail for a weekend. And then he was put it back because he made an agreement with the militaries. And then when we were in front of the parliament asking for him to be taken down because I was against the control and the restriction, that his people were shooting at us. So it was like many unfair and adjusted situations, and the media was not telling true stuff either about what I was experiencing. But I realized, guys, all sides were not white at all. The side where I was, that it was against the government, it wanted power too. It wanted to gain power so they could take advantage of the oil and the gold and the money. And then I think I felt disappointed because all sides did not have truth in their heart. That was my experience, that was my perception. And then I realized it wasn't worth it to fight fire with fire. I cannot ask the government to respect my free will if I'm not respecting the free will of others. So I think the change, and I learned this in my flesh because I saw people shooting down because of the things that were happening back there. But my experience it is we need to speak our truth, yes, but do it with serenity, with sovereignty, respecting your own voice, what you want to, what you think is fair, but also what is fair for others. Some people is so afraid to get sick that having the shot of the vaccine is like glory. I have talked to people like that and I say, so be it. If that's do things gonna help you, then go for it, right? Because it's their free will to believe in that thing that I may don't resonate with, but I have to respect them. I learned that. I think respect for myself begins when I respect each other desires to be. I hope that makes sense. So this is the control freedom archetype. We are all healing at this time, guys, at many levels, because thank God I speak with so many people around the world, and in some cities, the control is very heavy. Some people are being forced to get vaccinated or to do things they don't want to. But in another cities, in another countries, it feels like nothing is happening. You can do your life with no mask and no restrictions at all. So each place we are, it's vibrating in a different timeline. Like, for example, where I live, in some towns, people live freely. They are disconnected from whatever madness the collective has. And in my city, we have certain degree of restrictions, not like heavy, probably more organic, but in another cities of Mexico, they are being more restricted. This means that we are not in the same timeline. The fact that in Australia it is Sunday and right here it is Saturday where I am, it means that they are in another timeline than me. And this is what can create some confusion. I was reading that someone channeled angels and said that the angel says that we were very messy and very confused. So discern about the words coming to that confusion. Yes, sometimes confusion comes when we are not able to see yet the path, but it does not mean that it's not working as for all of us. And just to close, I was doing a reading for someone who lost a loved one, because many people is transitioning, and then God say in a very loving way, even death is part of divine plan. And then for me, it was just like, oh my God, something that may be painful for us, maybe it is the pathway to take us to reborn into a new beginning and a sense of expansion for the ones who transition and for the ones who stay. So try to take the judgment, the label about what may be happening, discern with neutrality the best that you can do to decide where you want to go so you can figure it out to shift intuitively. And another thing, use your intuition. Listen to your intuition as if you have an Alexa or a Zero. You can even send guides activated now. When I do ask my higher self, what do you think this is happening? And what do you think? It comes from my own thinking. And I actually notice that the answer comes in a more reorganized way, in a way that my 3D, 4D, whatever self would not be able to understand it. So practice that connection with guys, with higher self, so you guys discern where you are going, where you are, what it is required for you to shift, but most importantly, what you want to become, what you are choosing to become, what is going to be your standard, your flag to say, you know what, this is my thing, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna work it out, and I'm gonna hold the hands of whoever is with me, because in this time it is required to be united and forgive about if that person was mean with me or whatever. Those things are not as important as we make them feel. If we are not united as humans, with myself, with my body, with my feelings, with what I think is happening, with my family, the ones that I love, my partner, you guys, we're not gonna make it. So we have to hold each other in the best way we can, being kind with each other, but most importantly, being kind with ourselves. And maybe this is not new. We all know that the change comes from within. Let me drink a little bit of water. Again, take what serves you guys and disregard the rest, because I'm still learning. I'm still allowing myself into my power, my authenticity, and trying to discern what to do and how I can push all of you guys with me. Yes, Sophia, I think you're going to be the best, but first, I'm going to ask your higher selves, my higher selves, to unite in a healing circle of light. And I do have Arcturians here today. I think like they're offering healing. I'm gonna thank them. The Arcturians that are here today, they are doctors, they are experts on emotional body. They heal with sound and light. And if anyone needs some healing, you guys can connect with them through your own intuition and ask. At the end, I think I'm going to do a little bit of light language. May the information that comes through be very helpful for yourself and for all of us together in the best way, in the highest way for all of us. So be it. Okay, Sophia. Mm, love is the key. Guys get so excited. Love is the key. Treat yourself with love, with patience, with respect for your own journey. Some periods we are guided to be very active, like I am right now. Some periods we're meant to be kind of like in pause, like nothing is happening. So know your cycles, know your patterns, like the moon cycles, know what is required for you to do in that moment. And I feel like reconnect with yourself more into kind of like inner discovery to see what is required for you to do in that moment that serve not only you, but also everyone else. I hope that makes sense. Clearing the, let me use my phone to read your questions. I appreciate the support, guys. For the ones that are with me in the membership, I am uploading new guided meditations. I think the 9th, it is when the last one for this month, it is going to be uploaded. And then the Equinox course from last year, I'm going to upload it in YouTube for members, for members too. You can, Lori ask a very important question. How I can serve better? We can serve better when we are at peace, because peace is a sign that we are vibrating high. And what Gaia needs for all of us right now, because we are all Gaia, including the Illuminati and the Cabal and the reptilians and the government and the pharma guys, it is that we vibrate high. Because vibrating high, being in my own center, whether that it is still, happy, inspired, joyful, that helps Gaia to raise the frequency to the Schumann resonance, so more people is conscious and aware about being responsible for your own energy. Because being responsible for my own energy at the same time means being responsible for everyone else's energy. When I am down, tired, drained, I unconsciously feed from everyone who is next to me. So be aware when we feed from others and when we recharge. So we are always in equilibrium, the best that we can do. We are still learning and going forward, but I think peace, Lori, and I hope that helps. Let me clear the energy. Thank you so much, Danielle, for sharing the video. I appreciate it. All helps. Christine, yes. I feel like Christine, I feel like your energy it's being very powerful. Mm, your divine feminine, your gifts are being amplified, and I think balance is going to come if you allow yourself to return to simplicity. The more simple you can do your activities with your family, with your partner, with things that you do, the more easiest is going to be for you to integrate these new gifts that are being activated. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for being here and thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Hello, Natalie. Appreciate any guidance regarding a new job. Have an interview next week. It feels like 50-50, Natalie, right now. It feels like it will serve you if you do a cleansing meditation, to cleanse any energetic pattern that may be distorted from getting that job. Feels like it needs to be clear, probably some insecurities, but if you get that job, I think it's going to be a step into a better job that you are going to get it. If you don't get that job, it is because the other better job is going to be available to you faster. Feel like this job, it's like a step in your journey. But do cleanse your energy, do a meditation to cleanse if you want to before going into that interview. And I wish you the best. Whatever happens, if you get it or if you're not, I hope it is for the highest good for you and all. Let me clear the field. Sunny, on my spiritual journey, do I connect to my guidance? I feel spiritual beings help me. I need guidance. I'm stuck. Okay, how do I connect with my own guidance? It's an inner discovery. For me, I have practiced to tune into a stream of love that I have within, and it took me seconds to tune into that on normal basis. Unless I feel drained or upset or anything, I can't tune in that easily. And it's because I separate myself from my own core and I am vibrating in my shadow. And for me, helps me to go neutral, like music, exercise, go outside, outdoors, have an afternoon with my kids, or just chilling with myself, doing art, doing the codes. For me, it just aligns me because I love it so much. And whatever that aligns you, whether that is spiritual or physical, will bring you the frequency that you need to be in that middle point where you can shift into guidance. But guidance is available for all of us, but we have to practice. If I have a car but I don't drive it ever, I may not know how to drive it. I have to drive it, and maybe I just crash it a little bit, right? Because I'm learning to drive it. But don't be afraid if you don't do it. Don't be afraid, Sunny, thinking that you're not doing correctly because everything fits in divine plan one way or another. I think for you it is time to commit to your own channel where you can align your intuition automatically to work with you as if you have an Alexa or sitting next to you or a GPS that will always give insights for you. But we all have those insights all the time. We just don't know we are having is guidance from above, right? So when we recognize we're being guided, it takes the burden off, and then we feel confident to say, I got this. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, but I got this, right? So work, I think, with your lower chakras, plexus and root, confidence, security, and your divine masculine, divine feminine to restraint, because your intuition it's good, it's sharp, I feel, but listen to yourself and notice when you are already receiving guidance that you are not aware of. I hope that makes sense. I hope it helps. Let me see. I do have I'm gonna try to do the best answers that I can. Appreciate the stars, appreciate the supports, appreciate the sharings. Yes, Kristen says that September is definitely about self-love and self-care, and it is. And Lily, yes. Lily says that to me is not one being in the power over the other, my perception that we cannot advance as a higher dimensional embodied state by taking down those who we feel are in power over us, being in power over them. Yes, I mean, you said it beautifully, better than me. Yes, Christine, this is a healing course with Joshua and Mary Magdalene, and it's all about balancing because we are in Libra season, and Libra is all about balance. It's all about inner child. The majority of our wounds and our traumas, guys, were activated in our inner child. It's very important to go and restrain our inner child, because when we go and shift the wounds from the inner child, we change the present and we change the future, but also the present and future for anyone else around. This is one aspect. And then I have a meditation about COVID and immunity, and it's specifically talking to our body ourselves. And then the other part is about, it has a womb healing meditation and what divine feminine it is, that it is creation, intuition, healing, love, gentleness, peace with Mary Magdalene. And the other part, it's about feeling supported, feeling safe, about respect, about boundaries, because I think this is a healthy divine masculine. A healthy divine masculine is someone who doesn't need to abuse, is someone who doesn't need to be angry or upset about, who can lead with peace, but at the same time knows how to set boundaries, knows how to provide. Divine masculine is completely aligned with abundance. I have learned that people that it's always in poverty is because they don't have father connection. So at the same time, father connection, divine masculine, is related to our relationships. Am I able to have a partner in the physical, in equilibrium, that we give and receive with respect, with love, with gentleness, supporting each other? That is connected with the relationship that I have with my father, with my mother, with my inner child. This is what I am learning for myself because I'm practicing. And at the same time, do I feel safe? Even though the economy may be crashing and whatever is happening with COVID, do I feel safe? Do I feel safe to go outside without mask? Do I really feel safe if I don't vaccinate myself? Do I really feel I'm protected? Do I feel like the universe has my back? Do I really feel I got this? Even though whatever happens in Gaia. And this is about divine masculine. It's about masculine works with heart, plexus, sacral, and root. Feminine works heart, throat, third eye, crown, and above. And sometimes we are divinely aligned heart and above. We channel, we do light language, we do psychic surgery, all of those things. But whenever in 3D world, it's just like, I'm not able to have a partner. I don't know how to get clients. Many things. And all those 3D related things are related to divine masculine. We can have a wounded divine masculine that won't support this glorious divine feminine from blooming, or we can have a beautiful balanced divine masculine that would allow our divine feminine to anchor the light in the physical so we can all shift from within. Hope that makes sense. This is what I am working in myself. In October, November, what I am perceiving, I know a little bit of astrology, and then from what I see in my gifts, October is going to be a little bit shadowy. It's going to help us to go back and look at our shadow to bring light. And then November is going to be highly activated, kind of like the Lion's Gate. So if you would like to activate your gifts, telepathy, telekinesis, teletransportation, whatever, November is going to be the month to do that. But right now, let's get empty. Let's get empty our vessel from density, from toxicity, from worry, so we can bring more light in a more balanced way. And then in December is changing into a new paradigm. One thing that I can say, it is a lot of unexpected ups and downs, weather alike surprises are going to be the whole 2022. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to know that Gaia is in harmony, and whatever is happening in her own kingdom, it's so all of us make it peacefully, because these changes in the magnetics affect the mountains, the jungle, the oceans, the air, the wind, whatever. I'm not an expert, so a lot of changes are going to be happening. Expect hot when it's normally cold, and cold when it's normally hot, rain when normally doesn't rain. A lot of things like that are going to come. So be at ease. Be at ease if that is a storm, hurricane, fires, whatever. Do your best. Open to your gifts. Everyone have a gift. Everyone has a gift, Faye. That's actually a very, very good comment and question. We are all gifted, but those gifts shoot down in our early toddler child experiences because of the way we were raised, because of the programming, or whatever, whatever. Sometimes we choose to have our gifts blocked, but I see normal people that do telepathy with me without they knowing. Some people that are not spiritual, they have very bad ass intuition, or they dream a lot. So we all have our own psychicness. But I think psychic gifts are activated the more we are in love. The more we are in love with who we are, your body, your life. That is a recipe for being psychic badass cosmically. But at the same time, we have to know how to control them, not control them, how to balance them and integrate them. Control is a word that we should not even use. It should be out of our vocabulary. How to own them, how to embrace them, because it can be overwhelming not knowing how to use your psychicness. And that comes when we are grounded, when we are stable, when we feel that it is safe to see, it is safe to hear angels. I'm not going to get entities if I channel. I'm not going to be attacked if I do like language. That no one wants to hurt me. It's okay to be open to this. I don't know exactly what it is, but that psychicness, unknown aspect of me. And I think sometimes fear is what don't allow our gifts from expanding. Fear about what could happen if I open myself psychically. But the more we are secure, confident, relaxed with whatever arises, the more easiest it's going to be for our gifts to expand. Another thing it is, I notice that sometimes we have distorted ideas about what a spiritual gift it is. Like, for example, my third eye is going to open with one meditation and I'm going to see beams of light flowing above. It doesn't work like that. Third eye open in stages. You see physically, yes, but when you physically see, you cannot see reality. So you have to choose either what do you see. When you see physically, I see as if I have kind of like a circle right here, and then this circle is like a portal, and then it's kaleidoscopic thing, like lights, like crystalline, and then it expands a little bit, and in this side, I can see this world. And then when that happens, it's a little bit uncomfortable because I'm not in control about what happened. Sometimes it can be a little bit painful in my eye or in my head, and I am going to see things coming through that portal. In another times you physically see because the day goes steamy, and then you see like cartoon goal images of beings. It normally lasted 3 or 4 seconds. When I am able to see the portal thing, it can last for 3 minutes the most. But when that happened after that, I feel completely drained. I have to restore my head, my eyes. I have to go to sleep or lay down a little bit. So it's not a comfortable thing. Mostly, I'm going to see through my imagination when I'm not asking for them. Sometimes when I ask to see, it doesn't reveal that quite stunningly that when I am open to whatever. So probably I'm gonna be speaking with Lily, and then I'm gonna see a blue light or a purple light, and then I said, oh, that's her aura. Or probably I'm gonna see an Arcturian or an angel or a lion, and then I will say, oh, you have a lion. Or sometimes you see people kissing, and then you say, ah, do you have a partner? It comes mostly through my intuition. That at the beginning, third eye is going to come through your feeling. Because we can see for every cell we have in our body, we can smell, hear, know everything. I don't remember how it is, uh, the concept, but when I was in university in psychology, it's kind of like preconception about where I am and where other things are. If you close your eyes and you imagine how your body is, do it with me just for 30 seconds. Close your eyes and then imagine the room where you are. If you have anything with you, you know exactly where your hands are, where your feet, how they look like. This is a third eye sight that we all have and has a medical name because I learned that when I was in psychology, when I was not a awakened person. This is a way like we can practice to see, and then if we keep practicing, we could do remote viewing. Like, how are my kids doing at school? I'm just gonna imagine and then let it come through. And the more you do it, the more accurate and efficient and sharp that sight is going to be. But play with your imagination because that is like the beginning of many other psychic gifts that are going to come through. Let me see what other. Thank you for the stars. I know you wanted a question. Amber, Amber, I don't know if you are still here. Let me tune into your energy. Before tuning into spirit, it's very important to clear the channel constantly so we have the most accurate information coming through. And for Amber, I'm getting that you're being taught the power of authenticity. So allow yourself to shed light on what no longer serves you and initiate what's working out for you more constantly in a way that more of that come into your life. I hope that makes sense. It feels like inner discovery, having great faith regarding the appearances of things, trusting your intuition is what you are being guided to do. So maybe things won't appear the way you want to or you expect, but this is like a practice for you to use your intuition and your awareness to discover where you are, but most importantly, where you are going, so you can shift if that it is necessary. I hope that makes sense. Let me see who else. Sophia, Jen, Jess, have a reading, please. Sophia, you're very connected with the divine feminine of Gaia and beyond. Thank you, Amber. Thank you that you're still here. You feel like know that divinity is within, but also all around you. And through that divinity, when you're able to tune into the grace and purity that relies in the core of your soul, you're able to get all directives for the next steps, for your highest pathway, living in the light, are revealed at the moment in time. I think it serves you the most to be connected to that sacred aspect of you. So allow yourself to do it through meditation, through candle gazing, breathing exercises, Kundalini yoga, or whatever you do that helps you to be in that grace, purity state. I think you are a healer. I don't know what you do, but I think you are a healer. And that healing is the most efficient and strong and effective the more in a state of grace you are. And instead of grace comes from being in your own bliss, being in your own light. I hope that makes sense, Sophia. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Judah. Appreciate. Tatiana, are you in Brazil? The situation relates to the situation in Venezuela you mentioned. Yes, I am from Venezuela. I'm from Mexico. I lived that for 4 years and I was done. I didn't need any more years of that part of them to be experienced in this reality. It was exciting. I like it. I was young and restless and not very mature, of course, at my 19, 20, 21, to thinking I was going to be able to change the government by fighting against it. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And most importantly, I learned that I needed that part of my time to speak my own truth. And the change, maybe it wasn't in the government, but it was within myself. Because that it was the beginning of my own awakening. I had to go through that fearful control time, seeing injustice, and feeling devastated sometimes for the things I wanted to change and I couldn't because at your 19, 20, you think you have the unicorns on your hand. And then if you ask you, I'm going to be a Hollywood star, I'm going to be a magnet, I'm going to be a rich person. You have all those dreams that you wanted to do. And I had all those dreams. And for me, it was kind of like grounding that I had to approach them for another way. And thank God in the path that I am, that I keep working on myself. But I'm happy in the overall. I like my life. I will not change it at all. I like what I do. I like who I am. I'm comfortable with my body. I love myself. Even I see my in the mirror, I said, "Oh my God, I so love my body and who I am and who I am becoming." The more I grow, the more I like myself and I confidence, and that is a precious and worth it. All the things that happened to me before. So now at my 42, almost 42, I'm able to feel strong in my own knowing that I don't know at all. So all those things that happened to me that represent a struggle help me to become where I am. Thank you so much, Julie. God bless you. You always give me stars. I so appreciate the support. Thank you, Darlene. I so appreciate the support. I used that money when Facebook deficit to pay for the meditations, whoever did the meditation, so my assistants, so I can put them on the YouTube channel free for all of us. Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. My issue with that one is I hear dark, lowering information tends to enter in the process very quickly. Yes, it's like a virus, of course, but the more higher in your light you are, Lily, the more visible darkness it is. But it is like, oh, that's a fly, right? I can kill it or just take them outside. It's just like knowing that you are a human and that is a fly. It's nothing that can do to you. That darkness, it's become powerless when we are in our own center. And then you notice that darkness that just come through you because it needed to be healed with a tainted of sadness or depression or anger or anything. But for me, I feel it and then I bring light if I feel I'm not that strong in my center. And then I said, higher self take over. I breathe a little bit and then I'll let it be. Because when I found the capacity to be neutral in moments when I should not, being at peace in times of war, it is when a pattern it is healed and it doesn't come back again. It's transmuted. I cannot forgive someone when I still hate that someone, when I feel still triggered. I forgive that someone when I have a dinner, and I think it's Pima Chodron who said that. When you have a dinner with your abuser and you feel no regret knowing that it was just a role play, it is when you really forgive. So when I don't feel the victim anymore. So I can see the darkness and see them pass through me or being around, but knowing that I'm safe, that I'm supported, that I'm powerful, that it's not going to affect me. And that it is when that darkness is just being transmuted into the light. And If you feel insecure or anything, you can say angels come, and in 1 second, that darkness it's gone. Because I have do it for myself. You can shoot beams of light. That is fun. Kind of like being in a video game. You can do pa 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 pa. You can encapsulate. You can invoke the violet flame. Whatever you want to do, it works. But we have to believe. We have to believe that we can consciously breathe light, knowing that we are the awakening life force within every cell that has the power and the capacity to balance any distortion, whether that it is darkness or whatever. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Rianne, Christine. I appreciate the support, Lori. Sarah, I don't remember if review. Okay, Sarah. Mm, trust more what you know. And know that what you know, it is all that you need to know right now. And what you don't know, it is because you are still working on it. I hope that makes sense. Appreciate it. Cielo, can I have my twin flame yet? Twin flame, I wish they would come whenever we want them, but it doesn't work like that. It's something happening right now that many spiritual concepts doesn't work anymore and are being upgraded. Like, for example, past life, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist a past life because it's all in the now. From now I tune into whatever connections I recreate so I can have a sense of past, present, and future. But in reality, it's all at the same time. And I can either tune into a Black Lake War in Orion, or I can tune into the beautiful rising of Atlantis, or I can tune into Grace wanting to abduct people. I tune into whatever at the higher level I want to experience that I think it will has a greater purpose for my soul, for who I am becoming in this moment. But future and past doesn't exist because the future is a now from another moment, and any past life is another me, but it's not me. In reality, we just have one life, but it's an infinite life because we are all that it is and we are all one. Another concept that I think is being upgraded is a concept of twin flame. Twin flame, I don't believe, but I keep learning. That is someone that was born with me to be my Prince Charming from the Cinderella story of the New Age. And we're going to merge into a flame of love and we want forever, happily ever after, not ever coming back to this horrible planet. It doesn't work like that, guys. It's someone who, at the soul level, you unconditionally love, completely from your heart open, and then you support each other at the soul level, but it's an agreement that you can benefit. And that other soul could be in the astral, could be in the physical, could be your husband or not, because it's unconditionally. It doesn't have condition to stream love. Twin flame, it is just a connection that goes beyond any soulmate connection. And I'm not saying that it's better than a soulmate, because you can have a soulmate and have a really, really good marriage in time. But a twin flame connection, you merge your feelings, your souls become one. Sometimes you don't know where you end and when the other person begins. And that person is sad, you feel the sadness, and then you instantly want to hold that soul into your chest and it's okay, you're gonna get through this because I love you and I have faith in you. Is that partnership, camaraderie, beyond I love you if you marry me, I love you if you meet me in December, bastard, or whatever. Is loving some soul that you choose in this life to have an unconditional love connection that could be sensual and sexual, or could be like brothers and sisters. I have seen that. I have seen couples and I have seen groups coming into the same twin flame connection. There are all kinds of different directives to unconditionally love someone that may look like an alien or may look like a human. So normally twin flame come when you ask that you wanted to leave that in your soul chart. You can add it if you want it. You can do meditations or a course and activate your connection, but it is soul level. Some people decided to have it in the physical and be husband and wife. Some people don't. And that it is decided from the oversoul. And that's something that Pedro and I decide. My collective says it will benefit all of us if you have a partnership and you can heal abuse, karma, betrayal, treason, or whatever between lovers or partnership. So go together. So all those lives that you have together, you guys can heal it. But normally twin flame, you can instantly activate it with a meditation. You can deactivate it too, but it's hard. But it is a state of grace. You don't have to have the physical person with you. It's a state of love and grace where you support each other. It's like a guide. When that person is human, it's like a guide that in human form that you can channel each other and support each other mm, in a beautiful way if that is done in balance. So request it. Request that person. When are you coming to meet me? Cielo. But maybe that person is doing its inner work. So whenever he meet you, you guys don't have to go through karmic experience at all. I hope that makes sense. So trust that whenever Dream Flame will come into your life, it is because it is time. I hope that makes sense. I can do 3 more questions. No, yes, 3 more, and then I can go to an Arcturian transmission. Anna, oh, thank you. Lower reading, yes, okay. You're learning to embrace yourself. So embrace all aspects of you, even when you don't feel that connected. Embrace it, own it, and then move on. I hope that makes sense. Let me clear the energy a little bit. Nicole, any message for me? Yes. Higher self is with you, and it's shining line upon you and your path. I see like in gold. Higher self, very angelic. Thank you, Margie. I think I have time for one more. Let me see. Thank you. Okay. I am not seeing any other question. So I'm going to drink water. It's going to be painful to be vibrating in 3D at this time because the collective is shifting and changing. People is going to feel the need to speak the truth, so be aware that maybe protests are going to be all over the world. The restrictions, I think, are going to be more heightened until next summer solstice are going to go down. The energy in December, the energy is going to become slow, and certain cosmic frequencies are going to create a conjunction. I don't remember the planets, but January is going to start a little bit slow. February, March is going to go up a little bit, and then April. It's a lot of inner work, a lot of inner discovery, a lot of change. Restrictions, I think, are going to be strong for all that time. And then I think in the summer or after April, probably like May, June, July, August are going to be lifted, kind of like giving us like a break. So the first months of the energy of 2022 are going to be intense in so many ways. My guidance, I had a dream where I was like hiking a mountain with my car. I had a car full of things, like I was moving, and then it was so hard, and then in some moments it was like some cracks in the mountain, and then big stones, and then I had my guys with me, like in a bus. And then my ancestors, and then I saw my grandfather and my grandmother, and then it was hard, and I keep hiking and hiking and hiking and going up. And then whenever I was in the peak of the mountain, I saw a beautiful new home that was for me close to the beach. And when I leave, I have beach close here, but not that close. And then I said, oh my God, that is going to be my new home. But that new home represents a new me that is going to be created after all that going up between those ups and downs and bumps in my own road. And at the end, I remember that I got my car like that, and I said, "That's enough. I'm done." And then I was, "I'm gonna go up." And then when I saw that, I realized that it may not be easy, right? Because I saw that I was struggling, and I know the hike is my own journey, my own soul working things out. And that new home, that it was beautifully done, represents me, my emotions, my personality, Grethel, who I am. So my guys are saying, hey, acknowledge your energy, work things out, have hope and faith when you feel hopeless. Things may not be easy. I don't know in which way, but I have to prepare myself. And when we prepare ourselves because we see things may come rocky a little bit, we have a smoother ride. So whatever you feel is struggling right now, get it done. Get all your things done. Because in December, between December and June, those first 6 months are going to be slow and a little bit rocky in so many aspects, especially control, restriction, suppression. So prepare yourself for that. Get things done. Don't make little things big deal just out of nothing, because we have to hold each other to this, like really, really, really. Sometimes we make ourselves miserable for stupid things, like, oh my God, my partner did not talk to me. He must be with another. He must be cheating on me. And then in that second, we just escalated. Don't escalate problems. Try to find that neutrality within and look for whatever resources you can find that stability. There is a lot of meditations in YouTube for myself or others. There is a lot of free stuff in YouTube, or look for courses, or commit to yourself to whatever it's going to work out for you the best. So you have your things together, and then when December comes that we're going to change timeline, you choose the best one for you, the less rocky one, okay? Let's see. I have the Arcturians. I'm going to trans-channel them just for a few minutes, so the transmission is the most clear and pure as I'm able to. We are here. We are happy and joyful to exchange love and light with all of you. We are beings of light that vibrates in higher love. Our aura is purple. We are not physical. We are genderless. Our only gender is love. Our expertise, we are doctors that work with the emotional patterns that beings of light all over the galaxy, including humans, request to be repattern, recalibrate it. We're going to see as if a LED circle of light is going to be activated above your crown, streaming a waterfall of colors of light, frequency that is going to be indeed feminine and gentle. Purple light that will have a sonic effect that will repattern whatever distortion you are vibrating right now. Every time you go back to this transmission, you will have what it is needed in the moment of now. The ones that were guided to do this transmission were guided through your own higher self in an agreement that will benefit this moment in time and all of us as one. We ask you to be very committed to your own presence. The sensations in your body, you can gaze at the circle of lit light above your crown. Feel the light coming down, bathing, cleansing, restoring any damaged frequency within you and all around you. If you request our assistance for anything else in your life, like an intention or someone that you love, you can request that through your own intuition. Please breathe gently. Hold the light, and when you exhale, become very aware about the toxicity, the density, the metals that you are expelling at your exhale. The more conscious you are aware about when you release, the more efficient this healing will be. If you get disconnected, or any sound or anything disconnect you and drag you away from this transmission, go back to your breathing, hold the light, very conscious. When I exhale, I can guess at the circle of faint light that comes on my mothership. We are happy to be here. I am another Arcturus being, and I am Maya. I am the aspect of Grethel, and I wanted to say hi. And let's begin. We will only begin this transmission in sound and healing. May the transmission be joyful for all of you in the highest and in the best way. Mika oa te aso iki ete iki eshka ki ete ara asa ko iki ana. Iana te I esako iki eshka ti esako ma ite iki ana. Mi na te isa ko ti iki eshka. Breathe the light. You will only receive what you need in the highest best for yourself, but also supporting the connection of everyone else. Receive the love now. Ki te kara ase ki ishka. Ti iki na ma te iki ishka. Ti iki ira koro oma. Ia sa te ka ua. Ti ish ni asa te iki ishka. Shinga te aso oma iki ite iki ishka ti iki ina. You may perceive blinking lights, tingling sensation, electricity. Breathe any sensation in, bring more light, and be very conscious when you exhale. Te kiaraka saki ishka ti iki inatara oso ko oke te iki ishka. Ti na ti isaki te iki ishka ta ako ida ikiata. Kohi kia takara o soke iskatiki kia na ki ate kia ya. Kita kia kai kia taase ko mai kia taasa kia na. Neshingate esahakotlama teke asiki alaki teke araki mina nate ki okoyaya talalama nina nase kitakaya katak usu aki ini ete ase eki eshka. Breathe the light. Allow yourself to integrate now. Ti esaka ashatara uayaya ki hatara se ki eshka da komai kiena. Akeyaya daya sakoya shatai kakoraderia saku oki ena. Koima ni a ki esa che eki ashta. Ko ki anata ara oso ki ite eki ishka. Release density again. Breathe and be conscious about the frequency that you release from your presence. Tiki arakatara oso ki ashke teki iki na. Minne de agia zakoi ki de ashke teki arakut ki na. Maya kiana ate eseki eki ashkata ekiana asiko eki ate ekiaya minene te ase koramadi ki ate eskate kia ekiana ke aratoro useki iskatiki eki aka ate kiana hai akita sako eki ashkata karako mai neti iki iskataka ako ko iki te kasi kote kia asa hina aki iki ashkata kiana ni na te aseki eskata hukote iki akana aki teka hukoto oke seki akate kiara ko omai kiana ikiana aseko uku aka ukiana kara soki eskate ikiana. Breathe, and now from your heart center invite the light to go down, down, down through your lower chakras, bringing the civilization of this transmission. Do that now. Tiki arakuro oso ko mai ki kiete eki ishkutara oso oko ikiana mia na ekiate eki ishka kitiki akana ate esite eki ishka. Now in 5, 3, 2, 1, the complete integration, harmonization, and stabilization of this transmission. We will lift our grid now. This transmission is complete. We thank you, we honor you, and we appreciate the connection. You are well. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate that you took some time for your Saturday or Sunday, wherever you are in the world, to be with me, to join me in this hour and a half. I think I appreciate the between the 13 and the 19, I'm not going to be available. I'm going to a retreat where there is no Wi-Fi at all. So for whoever asked me, the sessions from this Equinox course, we're going to start scheduling before the course. The course is going to start the 22, is going to be sent by mail, the meditation pack. It's 11 meditations. Remember, inner child, divine masculine, divine feminine. We have a wound healing, and then we have a anti-COVID energy boost, cellular recalibration to 11 meditations, and then the session that we're going to meet in Zoom, whatever it's comfortable for both of us, after the 22. I have new services for the ones that are with me in the membership on YouTube that you can access for $2.99. The Equinox course that I launched the last month, I'm going to upload it. Lily, the 11 meditations are going to be pre-recorded. I already record them all. But the live session, we can have it whenever we're comfortable with. After I send the material, the 22, we can schedule our own session for an hour, and then specifically the any inner child traumas or wounds, or whether that are aligned with the divine masculine or divine feminine, that are specifically for each of you. But the 11 meditations are going to be sent like the rest of the courses that I have done this year. And that's a great question. And for the members, it's okay. I'm glad that you asked. For the members and the membership, this month you guys are gonna have the past equinox course for last year. I already upload that. You guys will have it, and you guys have new meditations too. And if you would like to participate with me, you can just join in my YouTube channel, subscribe. But the membership has 3 levels. You guys can click join, and then it will give you the information, and then decide if that will be helpful or not. But I have uploaded like more than 120 exclusive videos only for whoever. It's like a big library of courses and classes and videos that you guys could use for a very affordable price. For next year, I'm going to go up a little bit more in the prices, but as far as right now, it's still $2.99. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. Have fun. Smile. Please, please, please. We don't have enough people smiling in this world. This is what we all need. Smile, be happy, relax, enjoy. Like, no big deal. Whatever is happening, no big deal. We're gonna make it, guys. Love you. Bye bye.